Well, a very good afternoon, everyone, and welcome again to racing on Channel 10. And today is the Big Craigley Stakes Day, with the first event on the program commencing at 12:35. That is the Henry Bolte Steeplechase. We will be bringing you all races live from Melbourne, from Sydney and Adelaide, and the track is officially classed as good. Now, for the people in the immediate Melbourne area, where there have been several showers falling, we haven't had any rain out here at Flemington at all. We had just a spit a while ago of rain around here, but nothing to speak of. Anyway, at this stage, I would like to take the opportunity of welcoming back from Italy in the warm weather over there, Bruce McAvaney, who did such a wonderful job with the World Athletic Championships. It must have been a thrill, Bruce.
It really was, Phil. It was a terrific 8 or 9 days of athletics, and I think very good television. We had a wonderful time.
It was fantastic television. Congratulations on the calling. I think, you know, apart from the pictures that you receive, I think the people behind the mic on those occasions do add a lot to it.
Well, thanks for that, Phil. We really enjoyed ourselves. And we're looking forward to today because we haven't been to Flemington for a while.
No, you haven't been. Anyway,
No.
I've been out here.
Yes, it's
having a bit of a punt.
And it's an excellent meeting, isn't it?
Yes, a great meeting. We have some champion horses. It'll be good to have a look at some of those top-class horses today.
Waverley Star. First time we've seen him at Flemington, of course, Military Plume. Colin Hayes has put a big rap on him.
Well, I saw in the paper where our Waverley Star is blown out a bit in the betting, and everybody's going for Military Plume.
Yes, in fact, I think Military Plume's going to be close to even money today. They were talking about 5 to 4 this morning, so if you fancy Waverley Star, you're going to get about 3 to 1. It'll be good odds.
Right, Bruce. Now, let's have a look at your selections for today.
Well, I'm very keen on...
Light on, ready for the first. Vim drawn the rails, away they go, and they jump pretty well as one. Vim, Symbol's Image, both away well with Bush General. Waianui tucks in behind them as they come up towards the first with Chosen Gift and Questland at the first, and Just Return jumped at about a half in front of Bush General. Vim on the fence and Brave Kingdom. Then Southerly Drift about a length away, Symbol's Image, Waianui, Questland, Roger and out Chosen Gift. At the second, the first in the lane, and Bush General might have jumped a shade in front of Just Return. Vim tucked in behind them from Southerly Drift, Brave Kingdom, 2 to Symbol's Image, Waianui, Questland at the third. A length further back, Roger and out, and a half length away in last placing Chosen Gift. At the fourth, the third in the lane, and Bush General approaches it and jumps it soundly. A half in front of Just Return and Brave Kingdom, who's pulling hard. 2 away, Southerly Drift, a length and a half to Vim. Oh, gee, Bush General got into that. He didn't time it at all well. Waianui midfield, Symbol's Image behind him from Roger and out, a length to Questland and Chosen Gift. At the last in the straight, Bush General jumped that a little more safely, and Brave Kingdom inclined to pull, let a length to Bush General as they leave the straight. 2 lengths, Southerly Drift, Waianui, Just Return on the fence, Vim the centre. Then Symbol's Image, Roger and out, tucked away on the rail from Chosen Gift and a length to Questland. 2,000 out, and Brave Kingdom a length in front of Bush General as they go along the riverside. He jumped it very well, and Chosen Gift's come down. Chosen Gift's a faller. Horse is okay and the jockey's all right. Brave Kingdom at the next, jumped it in front, Bush General second. Or Just Return hit it with everything. He might have broken down Just Return, I feel. I think he has. Yes, Just Return's out of the race, so the second favourite's come down at that. He didn't actually fall, but he's hurt himself, I'd say. And over the next, Bush General's joined Brave Kingdom and Southerly Drift. A length to Roger and out, who's travelling all right and saving ground from Waianui. A length and a half to Vim, Symbol's Image, and 2 to Questland. Both Chosen Gift and also Just Return out of the race as they go onto the steeplechase track. And Southerly Drift about a half to Bush General and a half away Brave Kingdom. Vim tucked in behind them from Roger and out, and Waianui now improving. A length further back on the field to Symbol's Image and Questland. At the abattoirs treble, and Southerly Drift going all right, a length to Bush General as they go over the first of them from Waianui. A length away Brave Kingdom, 1 then to Vim, 2 lengths away Roger and out at the second of the treble. Oh, Vim almost fell, the boy just hung on there. Might have lost any chance he had though as they go to the third, and Brave Kingdom hit it with everything. So they're not jumping too well in this, and the first 3 have been able to get right away from the others, where Southerly Drift led about a half to Bush General and moving up Waianui. 8 lengths away then to Questland and Vim, and 2 to Roger and out, and a length away Symbol's Image, and further back in the field then to Brave Kingdom. Southerly Drift about a half Waianui and Bush General as they go over the third last, about 6 to Questland. 4 to Vim, 2 to Roger and out under pressure and Symbol's Image. Southerly Drift about 3/4 Waianui, 2 to jump. 2 or 3 to Bush General, is under pressure, and about 6 to Roger and out. Bush General hit it hard. They straighten up and they've only got 1 to jump at the 400. And Southerly Drift on the inside from Waianui, 3 to Bush General. Questland running on and a gap to Vim. Southerly Drift tackled by Waianui with 3:50 to go, and 4 to Bush General. They come down towards the last. Southerly Drift and Wainui. Southerly Drift about a half in front. Wainui jumped it better and joined him. A long gap, Bush General and Questland and Vim at the distance, and Wainui and Southerly Drift practically together. Southerly Drift about a neck to a half in front of Wainui. He's trying to get to him. Southerly Drift's drawn a half in front. Wainui still there though. Southerly Drift about a half length in front. Wainui having another crack at him. Southerly Drift's a neck in front, and he's going to hang on and win from Wainui. 20 lengths to Bush General. Roger and Out got going again when it was all over. Then Questland. Behind them, Vim, a gap to Symbol's Image and Brave Kingdom. The two that failed to complete the course were Just Return. Let's have a look at him. No, he's all right. Gee, I feared the worst for Just Return. He seemed to really hurt himself with that jump at about the 1800, and Chosen Gift, who fell at the fence before that. Well, Southerly Drift, as Keith mentioned earlier, has been a bridesmaid for much of this campaign. That's his 13th steeplechase start this campaign. He's won 3 races with 7 placings, so you can't begrudge him. He's been a most consistent horse. And he defeated Wainui. He seemed to drift up the straight in the last 150 and just take Wainui out a bit. I don't think it made a lot of difference. It's 4, 3 and 1, officially 4th 2 and 5th 8. So it's going to be a pretty smart horse. Next year he'll be a 7-year-old. It was really his first full season of jumping this year, and I think he's going to get bigger and better. 3:40.2 the time, only 3 seconds outside the record. Only 3 seconds outside the record, held by Lighthouse and Wainui. Wainui ran that back in 1984. So, Phil, a good result in the first, a middle pinger there for Southerly Drift. Quite an exciting race in the favourite.
Go for the Doctor, of course, has recent form to his credit, particularly here when he won a Superfecta race 3 starts ago, followed Superior Vintage. And he's set now on the outside of the line, no scratchings, 13 running. And they'll soon go. In the first, the Bleasdale Wines handicap. Starter goes to his stand. Should jump at any moment. Follow My Heart, resuming a little bit toey on the inside. Rider just geeing him up. Line looks better. Racing this time, and one of the best to begin. Wide Out Go for the Doctor. Away pretty well was San Ninja. Touch High on Yorick going up towards the lead, and as are Follow My Heart and Moonlight Bandit. Then Shaney's Best, Justifiably Proud. A length and a half away next, Sea Chest, and then Superior Vintage and Stephen. A good margin, Bold Bijou, and last of all is No Further Comment. As they gallop 500, and Carmody has San Ninja in the lead. A half length on Go for the Doctor. 1/3 is Yorick. A length of the grey, Follow My Heart. Then Touch High, followed on the inside by Moonlight Bandit. Nearly 2 lengths, Justifiably Proud. Then Stephen, Shaney's Best, Superior Vintage, wider out. Bold Bijou on the inside, 3 to Sea Chest, and No Further Comment drops out last. Up to the bend at the 500, and San Ninja makes play. Just in front, however, from Go for the Doctor, hanging a shade. 3rd position, Yorick under the whip, and then Follow My Heart on the inside from Moonlight Bandit, and 2 to Touch High and Justifiably Proud. Go for the Doctor chasing San Ninja. Both horses under the whip, and at the 200, Go for the Doctor, a neck on San Ninja. 2 lengths, Justifiably Proud, and then comes Moonlight Bandit, but Go for the Doctor leads about 50 to run. The Doctor holding Justifiably Proud and Moonlight Bandit, and Go for the Doctor wins the money. Justifiably Proud second, Moonlight Bandit third, then San Ninja, Bold Bijou, Follow My Heart, and No Further Comment. Stephen, Shaney's Best, and Sea Chest, and then came Well Back, Touch High, Superior Vintage second last, and Yorick has finished last.
3 most popular horses in the running, 5, 2 and 7, but a bit of an upset because the favourite finished second. Go for the Doctor first, M. de Montfort, second Justifiably Proud, Quinton, third Trifecta, $257.05 for 4-3-1 Flemington, race 1. Sydney, race 1, 5, Go for the Doctor, return 220 and 75, 2 Justifiably Proud, 95 cents, 7 Moonlight Bandit, $1.35. The Quinella, $4.90 in a popular Trifecta, $50.85. The Sydney Openers.
Very pleasant weather for racing here at Victoria Park today. Some great racing ahead of us. The track is good. The rail's in the normal position. Stand well. Racing now. Had a good start. Silhouetted a little slow to begin, as they sort themselves out Noden Boy, and getting back to is Glenorrhy Gambler. Going fast, Purple Rain, Port Tradition from Flash Sam and Whistle at Me, and around them Charmere goes up to make a line of about 4, although Port Tradition eases behind them now. Then Kingmaker followed by Silhouette at the inside of Classic Comment, 2.5 away, ridden along Romantic Crusader outside of Noden Boy. Net on Boy and a long gap to Glenorrhy Gambler, racing onto the side, 800 to go, and Flash Sam pulls its way to the lead inside of Charmere, 2 lengths away. Purple Rain, Young Cleaver has it beautifully positioned. 1.5 lengths to Whistle at Me, followed by Port Tradition, Kingmaker round Silhouetted. 2 lengths to Classic Comment, followed by Romantic Crusader. 2 lengths away to Net on Boy. Back with Numbers Game, and last of all, about 5 or 6 away, came Glenorrhy Gambler homeward bound, and he works on Flash Sam and kicks a half in front of Charmere. There's a run between them now for Purple Rain, and he's coming quickly. Further back to Port Tradition. They were followed then by Kingmaker, but Purple Rain races up to join Flash Sam as they go over the crossing, running to the 200-metre mark. Flash Sam fights back the inside. Young Cleaver goes for the whip. He knows how to use it too. And Purple Rain is holding Flash Sam, followed by Port Tradition. This young apprentice has got a big future, I'm sure, and he's getting plenty out of Purple Rain. The first favourite's home, and Purple Rain wins it well. Second, Flash Sam, Silhouetted flashed up on the outside with Port Tradition for third. They were followed just in behind those then by Classic Comment, Romantic Crusader, all in a group there. Further back in the field, Kingmaker, Charmere, Whistle at Me, and back behind them, Ned and Boy Numbers Game with Glenorrhy Gambler.
The first in Melbourne today, 431, Southerly Drift Wainui Bush General. The Quinella was 35.30 and the trifecta 257.05.